Hello and welcome to my channel and read another chapter. And today's video is obviously a author spotlight for this book on the cliffs of Foxglove Manor. So let's have a small review of this book and talk about some of Jamie Jo Wright's amazing books. I think I read my first Jamie Jo Wright at the beginning of 2019. It wasn't a very good filmed video, and it was on my other channel, Sapbuster Living, and I had read her Curse of the Misty Wayfarer, and I was riveted. I was taken in. I loved it, and heard that she was coming out with another one, or had just come out with another one, The Reckoning at Grosvenor Pond, which I have yet to read yet, if you can believe. I just never got my hands on a copy, and we were moving that year. Well, long story short, since then I have only grown to love her more. Recently we read The Adventures, or the Bonaventure Circus, and loved the elements of The Greatest Showman and Phantom of the Opera and things like that. And I think that's kind of an element that Jamie Jo Wright puts in her book. I don't know if it's deliberate or if it's just me reading too much into it. Even in the Echoes Among the Stones, we had some Jane Austen and Doctor Who references that were pretty fun to find. And so anyway, let's talk about this book. This book was sent to me by Bethany House Publishers in exchange for my honest review. And with any book sent to me in exchange for an honest review, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get an honest one. And if it's one that I just can't endorse, then you don't see it. So, another element of Jamie Jo Wright's books is that it's dual timelines. So you're going to get something going on in the present day, and then you're going to get something going on in the past that ties in with today. Honey, I think on the counter is my coffee. In this one, I feel like there is a couple other elements here. I definitely think that Jane Eyre and Secret Garden kind of play a part into this. Secret Garden may be kind of confusing for some, but the names in here and their roles just made me think Secret Garden all over. And in this book, we follow back just after the Civil War. We follow a young girl, Adria, who is just had a miserable life. She is tormented by her father and her sister, and after she tries to kill herself, she is sent to Foxglove Manor to be a kind of a companion to this very bitter lady. And in there's just stuff going on that is not normal. She's forbidden to go into certain areas, and she's sent there by her father to try and find this treasure. Fast forward to present day, we have Kaylee, who has a severe autistic brother that she is taking care of. They moved to Foxglove Manor. I need another cup of coffee. Because 20 years ago, Kaylee was abducted after visiting this thing. She was abducted for 7 hours, let go, and nobody has believed her. They just thought she wandered off and was trying to play hooky or whatever. And so she's just kind of, won't anybody take me seriously? What is the connection with this Foxglove Manor, and why does my brother have all these codes and things about it? Shortly after her abduction, her parents died in a car crash. So, in present day, she's back at Foxglove. There's still talk about this ghost that roams the halls, and just her trying to figure out what the connection is between her kidnapping and Foxglove Manor. And then 20 years later, there's another kidnapping. And she's out to make sure that everybody believes this little girl and gets invested into this story. It was a ride. Thankfully for our main character, it's Alexandra, but Adria is what is her name, or the name that she goes by. For Alexandria and her story, I'm mentioning this because I know that some of my viewers, this would be pertinent information for you. This is definitely suspense, and I would say it's romantic suspense. But the story of Adria, I missed a lot of the romance between Adria in her timeline. I kind of missed a lot of it. Maybe that's just me, but I thought the character was a lot older than apparently he was. So I missed that there is sparks flying until about halfway through the book, and maybe even a little past halfway. And then present day, I liked it because it seemed like it started off with a friendship and then moved forward. Now, I don't have any idea how long these spans of time lasted. So, but I do know that the treasure aspect of it goes for both timelines. So, I really enjoyed it. I'm trying to think if I liked it better than some of the other ones. It has one scene in here. I was at the pool yesterday. The kids were swimming, and I can't talk so much about the scene because it would ruin it. But in essence, our main hero, our main guy, who is Craven, again, Secret Garden reference. Diggory is the gardener. Diggin, Craven. We got Secret Garden elements here. Crane, not Craven. Crane. Mr. Crane, who is part of the story just after the Civil War, he is talking to Adria, and she's just like, I'm tired of fighting. I've had a horrible life. I just want it all to end. And he's like, but we have to keep fighting. We can't just give up. Let me find that because it is so, okay. I am going to read this section from the book. So, he asks her, are you mad? And she says, yes, I am mad and deserve the pit of hell. And he responds, we all deserve hell. You for your wicked thoughts, and me for my devotion to false causes in the bottle. And he goes on to say, we must fight the war, Alexandria. War of the soul, the mind, the heart, and perhaps even a physical war that has left scars across a man's back. I can't fight anymore. It's not your decision to cease fighting. Why not? It's all for naught. Never. As long as you have breath, there is purpose. We must fight it. I have no strength left. Nor do I, Mr. Crane mumbled. But it's out there. We must find it. And I read that, and the tears were just like pouring down my face at a pool. Thankfully I had, it was ridiculously hot yesterday, and I had my sunglasses, so it just looks like I was sweating. But, those that understand depression and darkness will just understand how moving that scene is. So there was definitely some elements here that makes this one of my favorites. That's the thing about Jamie Jo Wright's books. There's a formula, I don't really like calling it that she follows with the dual timelines, and I think bringing in certain historical, like these weird historical mystery type things within her books, like ghosts And what were some of the other ones? Some of the other ones, like she has the person takes pictures of dead bodies. Echoes Among the Stones has a dollhouse with a, you know, reimagined crime scene thing. She has all of these creepy elements into her books. And there's some things about each book that I love the best. But I think as a whole, I really enjoy, that's why I enjoy Jamie Jo Wright, is because there's a formula that she follows, but it's not a formula of writing. She gets better at certain things, and the conversations get deeper. I don't know if I can really do what I'm trying to say here justice, but I really love her works, and she is not afraid to speak truth into her books, but you don't feel like you're opening up a sermon and you're like, can I just get to the story? As some authors tend to do. Some authors, you just have this section at random spots that it's like a sermon put into the story, and you're like, this doesn't make sense. It seems like the author was really wanting to drive a point here of this whole scene, and so she's going to spell it out for us, and it kind of loses the scene. And Jamie Jo Wright doesn't do that, and I really appreciate that about her book. So anyway, I just had to highlight this book for you guys and tell you that you should probably go to your nearest bookstore and get it. If not, I mean, I understand certain things, but definitely go to your library and ask if they can get this and put it on their shelves so that you can check it out. So I'm going to leave my review here for this book, and thank you again for watching it. And if you have read this, I know it came out, I think, June 1st. So you've had this whole month too. I'm so behind in life right now, y'all. So behind. But I ended my week very well. After a really rough week, I ended on a good note. Alright, so thank you so much for watching my channel and this video. But until next time, have another cup of coffee and read another chapter. Bye. Somebody going through our trash. Is he going through it? Okay. There's nothing there, man, but trash.